A delegation from the Jamaica Olympic Ice Hockey Federation, the JOIHF, is currently in Kingston for meetings with the Jamaica Olympic Association, the JOA. The intent is to craft a development agenda for ice hockey in Jamaica over the next few years. Joining me to talk about this ambitious undertaking is President of the JOIHF, Ed Phillips, and the organization's Chief Executive Officer, E.J. Phillips. E.J., Ed, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Much.
Where do I start? Let me throw it out generally and you can choose who will answer first. Ice hockey and Jamaica. Discuss the genesis of the idea to even have an ice hockey federation representing Jamaica.
You got to start with him on
There
that.
you go. Let's go, Ed.
Well, my parents are from Jamaica.
Yes.
Okay, and they came over to the United States right after World War II. But and then I got married. We had EJ, and he came to us one day and said, "I want to try this thing called ice hockey." So we came up through. We supported him, and then I got the idea of maybe combining his Jamaican heritage with his passion and love for the game, ice hockey.
So what is it? What bug bit you for you to go and tell Ed that you need to organize this thing and get this thing started?
Well, he came to me and he said, "I feel you're the right man for the job to take this task on." And I kind of looked at him at first, like anybody else. When you first hear this, I was like, "Why me?" and like, "Are you crazy?" kind of deal. So then after that was all said and done, I thought about it long and hard, and I said, maybe we do have a shot here. And I had a great friend of mine, G. Webster Smith, that really helped us get this off the ground and in the right direction.
Right. So the federation was established when?
December 2011.
Yeah. And
Yes.
the founding members, who is it that you brought to the table to be a part of this federation?
We went ahead and started out with myself, my dad, G. Webster Smith, Judith Smith, who's still with us and everything. Believe who else we had there? Sandra. So we had Sandra Lord with us at the time. And so we had a good opening delegation coming through when we first started.
All right. So Ed, if it is that, okay, so this federation now exists, the next question to ask, logically developing the points, is this. Did you have a body of players, a pool then, to pick from to put a team together?
Not at that time. And then what happened was a lot of people asked us, are there Jamaican ice hockey players? And we really didn't even know the answer to that. So we started canvassing and we held an evaluation one year. Quite a few players came out, and now this was we held it in Toronto, Canada. And then we started finding more and people started seeking us out. And we've actually put an exhibition team together that we've been participating in Toronto, Canada at the TP Showcase. We've been participants for like 4 years.
Yeah. So are these youngsters, let me not call them children, are these youngsters, are they the children of immigrants, Jamaican immigrants, or were some of them born in Jamaica but relocated to Canada? What's the story?
Both. And college students who have been to Canada to go to school. So all three categories.
Yeah. So EJ, is it that you're teaching these youngsters? Is it that you're teaching them ice hockey, or is it that they come to the organized team already with the experience of playing ice hockey at an organized level, whether it be in high school or in the college system in Canada?
Well, they already have a lot of experience. One of our coaches up there, CJ Bowlers, has a great extensive hockey knowledge and a great learning tool and curve as far as getting these boys up and ready to play.
Yeah.
They come in, I mean, you got to do a little tweaking on our part, and that's been really fortunate over these last few years to go ahead and make sure they're ready to go and ready to play. But we do want at this point to go ahead and start having kids from Jamaica learning how to play the game.
All right. So we're developing the point now. So you formed your association, you canvassed to develop a pool of players, you found that you have a coach with experience. Okay, so beyond that now, you've reached out to the Jamaica Olympic Association to do what? What is the intent of getting, I don't know, the sanction or the support of the Jamaica Olympic Association? Why is that important for you?
Well, actually, we already have the sanction of the JOA.
Yes.
Okay, we are a federation.
Yes.
We had the distinction of being the only federation that has a large body outside of the island of Jamaica. So we are located in Denver, Colorado, and here in Kingston.
Yes, you have two outposts.
Yes,
so to
two
speak.
outposts.
Good. So then, what are you trying to conquer? You have the team that we just looked at on the screen just now, the TEP. Those, based on my reading, are what, under 20 players?
Yes.
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 Okay, so you are looking to get this batch together, keep them together to qualify for what? Because that must ultimately be where you're going.
Oh yes, and exactly. I mean, obviously the Olympics is our long-term goal and everything, but there's qualifications to be met. At that point, there's the International Ice Hockey Federation. At this point, we are an associate member, not a full member. And so right now what we want to do is go the route of developing homegrown talent from this island and then going ahead and pushing that into the hockey realm, giving kids an opportunity to play for their country.
So many Jamaicans in the USA, in Canada, who probably won't be able to play for the USA because of how competitive it is.
Correct.
Probably won't be able to play for Canada because of how competitive it is.
Correct.
Are you getting the quality and depth of interest in it overseas to sustain it, even if you don't get any support or any interest locally?
Oh, very much so. I mean, we got kids calling in from Sweden, Canada. Sweden.
Yeah. There are Jamaicans in Sweden.
I had actually a pretty good friend of a kid that came from Sweden. We were kind of the elder statesmen when we first had the evaluation. I was in my early 20s. He was in his early 20s. We had a couple other guys, one that was playing for the Colorado minor league team at the time. All four of us kind of rallied together. But yeah, he came all the way from Sweden, paid his own way, wanted to see what it was about. I mean, he was really excited and ready to go.
Yeah.
We found Jamaican players in Germany, I think in Britain. In Britain, so they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
All right, so Olympic qualification is the end game, but as you said, there's a long road to that. You have associate status with the international organization. What do you need from here to put you in shape, to drum up local interest, to align that with the overseas participation that you already have, to make a successful fist of qualification? What do you need?
We're going to put together a team of Jamaican players that will be of Jamaican descent, and we're highly asking them to get their passports, okay, so that we can get a team, and then we want to bring the team here and introduce it to the island.
But the logical question, Ed and EJ, is this. Okay, so you bring that team to the island. Where are you going to play an exhibition game?
Yeah, it's one of those things that's kind of the catch-22 of this whole process. Is the fact is that they do require you to have a rink in your home country in order to help facilitate to host either world international events and championships, league games, and they just want us to go ahead and be doing it the right way. Too many other countries outside of here, and I'm talking like in Europe and other places, they've done it where it's been kind of a rental thing. They'll hire players from Canada, the United States, that have the background of that, but it's not done the way they want it to. And then they come in and upset the formula and kind of deal. So we're still in a good spot where we can go ahead and make things happen. But it's just one of those things that we got to do it the right way in order for them to give us their support too, and work with us.
We've had a lot of support from the other countries, countries like Ireland, Morocco, Portugal, and they said that they would help us. So we've been invited to come to their rinks, okay, to say tune up, you know, to do development before we go and compete.
So the requirement to have a rink in your home country, is that something, first of all, are there any countries in the tropics that have skating rinks, ice skating rinks?
I believe this would be a first, as they say, you know, but, you know, the reason why we're not really too deterred is that other places that are warm climate, like here, I've heard of Brazil having an arena. I've heard of Brazil. I've heard of Argentina, Mexico. There's two professional hockey teams in Florida, one in Miami and one in Tampa Bay, and they seem to be doing pretty well. So I'm not really too, worried about that part. It's more just getting the right, people to help us out in that department.
Well, it's instructive that neither of you are worried about the prospect of building a rink when that time comes, but you're trying to get other developmental milestones. You're trying to achieve other developmental milestones before you tackle that issue, Ed.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. So based on the talks you've had with the JOA, are you Is the JOA reflecting the kind of support and the spirit of cooperation to give you confidence that this will ultimately be a success?
We met with them yesterday, and they're very, very supportive. They have been supportive from the beginning since 2011, and they renewed their support for us yesterday.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw a Jamaican on ice. We all watched the bobsled team at the Olympics, of course, and people were asking the question, I mean, Jamaica and a bobsled team. Fine, you could train anywhere and go and run your bobsled and practice, but for ice hockey, it's just different.
Yeah.
Do you gentlemen really, really believe that this, at the end of the day, is going to bear fruit, that you will be able to see Ed before, well, you're a young man still, before long, that you'll be able to see an ice hockey team in the black, green, and gold playing at an international age group event or senior level event? Do you really think that's going to happen?
I absolutely believe it. And I believe I'm going to be there, and I'll probably be crying because it's going to be a wonderful thing. Just seeing our exhibition team in Toronto,
yes,
seeing the cohesiveness of our team, the Canadians would have like maybe one Jamaican here, another black person there, okay? This is the first time they'd seen a whole black team together,
yeah,
and to have the reggae music coming out of the locker room, they were blown away. They had never experienced that before. But even they supported us. They welcomed us with open arms there in Toronto.
Yeah, one thing that was around a hockey rink, you normally hear a lot of rock music.
Yes.
Nowadays, maybe you hear hip hop
yeah,
a lot more. We kind of turned them on their head. They started playing reggae music
There
at
you go.
intermission during the games.
Between periods.
Yeah, between the games.
Reggae music started coming in. We
periods,
didn't even ask them to do that. They
Yes.
just felt the time, the
Yeah,
climate, you know, that it was right.
So 2011 to now, 8 years, progress has been made, and you hope to make more in the future to get this thing fully together,
Yes.
to make the next push to qualification for a Jamaican team.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I wish you all the very best, and it will be to the pride of the Caribbean if they could see one of their colleague nations, Jamaica, and for Jamaicans especially, to see their own country in an international competition where ice hockey is concerned. That would be the day. Gentlemen, thank you again for talking to me.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Ed Phillips, EJ Phillips, and they are from the Jamaica Olympic Ice Hockey Federation.